Hi, my name's Laura. I'm from Borderlands Outdoor, and today we're at the beautiful Wilderness Centre and we're going to be doing some tutoring on a beginner's guide to archery. So first of all, we want to look after ourselves. So I've got these things here. These are called arm braces, and these are going to protect our arm from the string of the bow, which is going to be coming past our arm very quickly. We don't want to get a nasty little mark from that. So these ones are okay when you've got long sleeves on. If you're just wearing a t-shirt, you can get these ones, which are a bit bigger, and that will cover your whole arm. But I've got some long sleeves on, so I'm not too worried. I'm going to pop this on. It needs to go on the inside of your arm, because that's where the string is going to be travelling past. And generally, you can get all sorts of different ones, but with these ones, the wide bit up the way and the narrow bit down towards your wrist. And that's the arm brace. Next, we've got the arrow. Pointy bit at the end, that's called the pile. Long straight bit is called the shaft. These plastic bits here are called the fletchings, which is where the surname Fletcher comes from, incidentally. And notice one of them is an odd colour. That one's called the cock fletching or the index fletching. So that would have been a big cock feather when they were originally made. These two would have been little hen feathers. Plastic bit at the end, that's called the nock. The bow. Here it is. This bit here called the grip. This whole area here is called the riser, and it's got the arrow rest there. It's ambidextrous, so it's got one on either side. These bits are called the limbs, and then obviously this is the string. This brass bit here is called the nocking point. Just there's two little brass points. Sometimes there's only one, but this one, in this case, there is two. To load the bow, we're not in a hurry. We're not on horseback in a battle or hunting or anything like that. So the easiest way to load it is to hold it flat like a table. To pick up the arrow, pick it up by the nock, plastic bit at the end, pop it on top. It will happily find its own way into the arrow rest there. Just need to find the odd coloured fletching, the cock fletching, and that one needs to be pointing up the way. And then you see the nock clicks into the nocking point just there. And you'll know it's in properly, you'll hear it click. You want to be standing with feet about shoulder width apart, sort of roughly lined up with the centre of the target. So feet shoulder width apart, and I'm pointing my toes that way because I'm going to be pulling the string past my body, so it's much easier to do that when I'm side on. You want nice straight posture, straight hips, straight toes, straight shoulders, and I'm going to be pulling right past the body. Now, instead of holding onto the arrow, we're not Robin Hood, we're not doing it like they do in the films. Instead of holding onto the arrow, it's these three fingers, going to bend them ever so slightly at the ends. I'm just going to use the creases near the ends of the fingers there to hold onto the string really lightly. And they're just next to the arrow there, so not touching the arrow, not too far away, just next to it. So I'm going to pull it back past my body. The anchor point I'm going for is to get the top of my index finger just there next to my cheekbone. I'll be keeping my right eye open because that's my dominant eye and it's next to the arrow, so that's the best way to do it. So these three fingers underneath, turn, pull back. Now this is called the T draw because my body's making a nice letter T sort of shape that you might be able to see there. Keeping a nice straight line between the tip of my elbow and the tip of the arrow, the pile of the arrow. So lining it all up, straight shoulders, straight hips, straight head. I haven't practiced this morning, so let's see what happens. When I'm happy with where it's pointing, release. Not bad. Notice I've still got my hand on my face. I keep my hand there so I know that I'm just releasing the string. A really easy trap to fall into is to let go of the string and let your arm go with it. So that's why I keep my hand there. I'm going to do it again. This time I'm going to alter my aim ever so slightly. So I'm not going to aim at the middle. I'm going to aim just down and right a little bit. And then in theory, it will go in the middle. In theory. So again. Oh, that's better.